batch number 64 today, a lovely blood orange. Okay, on the blood orange here, we want our strike water to be like 175 today because the mash tun is so cold and the grains are cold. So you got to come in a lot higher to get your target temperature, and we're shooting for 155 to 158 today, hopefully right around 158. But we're going to dough in here at 174, which is in a couple seconds. Dough in, we're looking at this gauge is hard to see, 150, come on baby, 155, 158 on the 1 gauge. This battery's dying on this gauge. I got 156, it's hard to see with the steam. Battery's dying on this, 157.8. 158, 157.8, 157.8. The other gauge is showing 158, 159. We're right where we want to be. 158 is where I always love to be on this type of mash. Well, most of my mashes anyway. So we'll give it another little stir here. Just make sure there's no dough balls in there, which I know there isn't. And we're going to cover this baby and let it mash for an hour. 1 hour. Okay, we're starting the boil off on the blood orange. The camera's picking up the color too good, but we'll run this is the second picture. This is the second picture we're running here, so get on with the program here shortly. Close that valve down. And come back up here. Dump her back in slowly. And we're good to go off to the boil kettle right after this. Smells fantastic. You can see the color a little bit better when it's on the white, like that. It's that Cara red malt that makes it that color, I think.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm.
Blood orange beer, on with the hops. 2 ounces of Citra.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Doing the blood orange cook here. I had to pour, I forgot what this is called here, from Southern Tier Brewing Company. Ski Bum. Yeah, Ski Bum. Elkinville Brewing Company, Ski Bum. It's not too bad of a beer. It's not my favorite. I wouldn't keep it in the fridge all the time, but it's the only one I got. One beer in the house. I got 3 kegs, still fermenting. Well, this will be the 3rd. The Blood Orange, the Infamy beer, and the Munich. Munich is still in the. It's still in the primary there. The keg at Infamy is in the kegerator, ready to be sampled probably Friday. All right, last 15 minutes of the blood orange. In goes homemade candy sugar, 1 pound. Right to the bottom, we're gonna have to stir that. Gonna have to stir that. Music's a little loud here. Let's set that down. Last addition of hops, which is Willamite. 1 ounce of Willamette. Now stir that candy sugar, make sure it don't stick to the bottom. 1 ounce of Willamette in. 1 pound of homemade candy sugar in. It's easy to make, guys. Check out my other video. It shows you how to make the candy sugar. It's a nice adjunct in here. Will bring up the ABV when you really want it to. Checking to make sure, yeah, I've got a big glob there. See that? You don't want that to burn to the bottom, so we'll just stir it here for a few minutes. I put my Warfleck tablet in a minute. All right, I'll be right back to stir that again. I'm gonna get my yeast nutrient. Why wouldn't I? Let's see if I can get this bag open here. Oh, I got it. It's your yeast nutrient. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a handful in. Why wouldn't I? That's how I always do it. That's how I roll here. And we're going to grab the Warfleck tablet. That Warfleck tablet here. Warfleck. I didn't even say it right. That's just Irish moss on steroids. So that's in. I'll get the wort chiller hooked up very shortly. And we're on the last 15 minutes of boil. I can set the timer in a minute. So I want to make sure all the candy sugar is not sticking and burning. It's still dissolving. Got peanuts on there. Yeah, she's stirring up good. This is the blood orange. We've made it, I can't tell you how many times. This is probably 6 or 7 by now. We love this one. We're going to get a final gravity reading here shortly, too. Once we do a flame out and get the wort chiller in there, cool her down. All right. Yeah, it looks like the candy sugar is dissolved. Nothing's sticking. We'll give it a whirlpool effect there just in case. A little bit more. We'll let that get boiling again. And we'll be good to go. Last 3 minutes, I'll pull the 1 bag of hops out there and drain those so they don't just soak up all the work. Vintners. Vintners Harvest. Blood orange puree, 49 ounces. Great products from Vintners. Man, do they do a job on this. You can use them in wines, beers. I use their purees of blueberry, the puree of raspberry. Oh, I love my raspberry beer. Sweet cherry, tart cherry. They make the one of the best stuff to put in your beers as an adjunct. Man, I love this stuff. So this makes my great blood orange is exactly what it comes out to be, is a great blood orange beer. Flame out. Flame out. So we're going to put the work chiller in here in a second. I'll set this down. Flame out, boys. Flame out. There we go. Flame out. And we're chilling. Okay, a little bit more. That's good. Now, like we said before, that the water here on the lake is really cold. This will cool down really fast. I can't even show it. Went from a boil. Let's see if the camera's going to pick this up. Went from a boil to 180. 180. It's going quick. Wow. Dropping really fast. So it should be done here in about 5 minutes. Not even. I should time it. We're below 180, 170. That's 165, 164, 63. I don't know if I can do a countdown here. It's kind of crazy. 62, 160, or 61, 160. I got to get busy here. I got to do some other stuff, so I'm not going to film this part. Down to 160, 159, dropping quick. I got to get the yeast ready in the fermenter. Blood orange right into the primary. We'll let that oxygenate itself a little bit. Why wouldn't I? Little Fermate K into the blood orange. I always use that. Work on this. In goes the yeast. Good to go. On goes the cover. Of course, I wanted to spray this edge down a little. And why wouldn't I spray the cover down again one more time? Afternoon, Proust. So for now, Proust.